You're sitting at the table, staring at the bill. Once again, the money isn't enough, and you ask yourself, I've been thinking positively. I visualized. I believed. So why didn't anything happen? Maybe because the universe doesn't respond to what you think. It responds to what you are. The Hermetic Law of Mentalism is the most misunderstood of all, because it's not about thoughts, it's about consciousness. And consciousness doesn't beg, it doesn't doubt. It observes, it feels, it collapses reality, not as the character, but as an extension of the universal mind. If you still believe that thinking positively is enough, it's because you haven't yet realized who is doing the thinking. Today, you'll discover why the law of mentalism doesn't work for those who overthink, and only reveals its power to those who remember who they truly are. The all is mind, the universe is mental. These ancient words from the Kybalion, the foundational text of Hermeticism, describe a truth that modern science is only beginning to approach. The first Hermetic law reveals that everything, matter, energy, space, and time, emerges from a single source: consciousness. We are not passive beings inside a material world. We are awareness projecting the world through the power of the mind. The famous Double Slit experiment shattered our understanding of physical reality. When not observed, particles behave like waves, existing in a cloud of infinite possibilities. But the moment we observe them, they collapse into a fixed point. This means reality conforms to the observer. And who is the observer? Not the eyes, not the brain, but the consciousness behind them. Physicist Max Planck, father of quantum theory, once said, "I regard consciousness as fundamental. I regard matter as derivative from consciousness." And physicist John Wheeler, a pioneer of quantum mechanics, declared, "The universe does not exist out there independent of us. We are in some strange sense participants in bringing it into being." This is not mysticism. It's quantum physics echoing what Hermes Trismegistus taught millennia ago, that the material world is a reflection of mind, and that our inner transformation shapes external experience. The ancient Hermetic wisdom and modern physics are not in opposition. They are two mirrors reflecting the same source. So if everything around you is responding not to what you want, but to what you are, what part of you is truly creating your reality? The ego doesn't create reality. It negotiates with it, driven by fear, desire, and the illusion of control. Most people think they are their name, their job title, but those are just the costumes worn by consciousness in this life's theater. The ego is a psychological construct, a collection of beliefs, memories, and experiences. It's the part of you that says, "I want, I need, I'm not enough." But these thoughts don't come from the true self. They come from the filters you inherited or built to survive. In cognitive behavioral psychology, this is known as the belief perception cycle. You decide to buy a red car, and suddenly, you see red cars everywhere. Not because there are more of them, but because your mind is filtering reality to match what it believes is important. This is called selective attention, and it shows how perception is shaped by memory and expectation. Now imagine living your whole life through this filter, trying to manifest abundance while believing deep down that you're unworthy. No affirmation can override that, because the power of the mind doesn't lie in what you say, but in what you truly feel and believe in silence. This is why the ego, no matter how much it begs, rarely receives. It vibrates lack, and so the quantum field reflects lack. True creation comes not from the character, but from the consciousness that realizes it's playing a role. The moment you step out of identification and into awareness, you stop reacting and start co-creating. But if you are a divine spark of the all, why does it sometimes feel like the universe isn't listening? The law of mentalism teaches that your mind shapes your reality. But there's a deeper layer most people forget. Your mind is not the only one shaping it. You are not the only wave in the ocean. You are the ocean, in one wave, and so is everyone else. Each consciousness is a unique point of awareness within the one mind. Every thought, every intention, every emotion ripples into the field, affecting not only your timeline, but the harmony of all beings connected to it. Have you ever had a flat tire that ruined your day, only to stop at a cafe you weren't planning to go, and there, meet someone who would change your path, a friend, a partner, an opportunity? That's not coincidence. That's Hermetic Law. A small event in your personal storyline might be a divine pivot, part of a larger orchestration involving many minds, some of whom you may never meet. This is why some of your desires don't manifest, not because you're broken or unworthy, but because the higher intelligence within your own consciousness knows what serves not just your ego, but the evolution of the whole. Hermeticism isn't about manipulating the world. It's about attuning yourself to the underlying harmony of existence. The moment you align with that harmony, your life stops feeling like resistance and starts flowing like remembering. But if the real you is already part of the all, why do you keep asking for what is already yours? When you finally remember that you are part of the all, a strange calm takes over. The fear dissolves, the begging stops, and something deeper arises: presence. You realize that you don't need to chase anything, because nothing is missing in the one who creates. You stop saying please and start saying thank you, because you're no longer trying to pull things into your life. You're letting them unfold from the inside out. The power of the mind lies not in affirmations shouted into the void, but in the frequency you hold when you are at peace. The Creator does not ask. It breathes, it trusts, it watches the field bend to the state of its being. Let's make this real right now. Close your eyes, breathe in slowly for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale for 4, and while you do it, gently repeat within: I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. This ancient Hawaiian practice, called Ho'oponopono, combined with breath awareness, resets the field. It brings your state back into alignment with the divine spark within, the same spark that formed galaxies and stars. This is not magic. This is Hermetic wisdom applied. Now you're not visualizing to get something. You're remembering that you already have everything. The birds do not plant. They do not beg. And yet they are fed. No one, by worrying, can add a single hour to their life. These words were spoken by Jesus, a great spiritual master who understood and mastered the Hermetic laws. What he taught through parables and miracles, Hermes Trismegistus had already encoded through symbols and silence. You are not separate from the universe. You are its reflection, a thread of consciousness vibrating within the fabric of all that is. And the moment you stop trying to become and simply allow yourself to be, the field responds, not to your thoughts, but to your truth, not to your mind's noise, but to your soul's stillness. So next time the fear returns, next time you feel lost, begging, or waiting, remember, you are not the character with a name and a past. You are the awareness watching the scene. And this awareness does not need to ask. It simply aligns. And from this alignment, reality bends. Like this video if it helped you remember something you already knew. Subscribe to the channel and activate the bell, not just for notifications, but to tell the algorithm you're choosing to awaken. And if you want to practice the Hermetic laws to unlock prosperity, download the ebook, The Key to Prosperity. The link is in the pinned comment. Now watch this video next. This quantum experiment proves that the mind creates reality, Double Slit, and the Hermetic Law. You'll understand even more deeply what was revealed here. Because the law of mentalism isn't something you learn, it's something you remember.